Welcome to No Fun Channel. I'm Felix, and this is a YouTube channel I watch. This one is Abroad in Japan. This is hosted by Chris Broad. Almost said Chris Abroad, but the show title is a play on his name because his last name is Broad. He's been doing this for 11 years, and he's another channel I came across during the pandemic. And I just enjoy watching his content. His content is basically documentary style, in my opinion. He just chronicles his life in Japan, basically. He does trips. He does little things here and there. He works a lot with the anime man Joey, Sea-Dog VA. And he's been like a regular guest on Trash Taste as well. But yeah, Chris started his journey in Japan as an English teacher, and he went from being an English teacher to a full-time YouTuber. He started off just doing YouTube on the side, really, and it just took off for him. I do know he recently got engaged to another YouTuber. I'm not sure what her name is. If I come across, I'll post it. But yeah, he's been doing it for 11 years, and I don't know if it's just recently he's really blown up, but yeah, he's definitely doing stuff. He's even done a TED Talk. I remember him talking about that, how he did a TED Talk. I do know he's not really big into doing the YouTube shorts, but he does have 2 shorts posted, so for what it's worth. I think when it comes to YouTube shorts, some people look at it wrong. You could look at it as a 1-minute commercial for your main channel. You could always do it that way, or just clips from your main channel. Get people interested. But he does have a podcast that he recently started. I believe he started it last year. I think his only runs a half hour. But yeah, I mean, like I say, he just chronicles his life in Japan. When he goes on these trips, he usually has Joey with him or Connor. He usually has Connor or Joey with him. Gon has never done one that I can recall. I guess it's just the way it is. He's probably just not as friendly with Gon as he is the other two. It happens. You don't hit it off with everyone. Not saying they don't like each other, but yeah, just not in the cards for them to do a show together. But yeah, for 11 years, he's even gone back to the apartment he started off in, and there's someone else living there now. That was in his last Journey Across. He does a series called Journey Across Japan, and the last one he went back there and visited the old place. I'm trying to remember, did that guy say he was doing YouTube as well? But what was funny is the guy actually watched his show Journey Across Japan, and that's what got him into it. So I thought that was interesting. Now him and Connor were doing their own little series where they go and stay places. But they haven't done it lately. They probably just haven't had the time to get together to do one. I can't remember what it's called. I have to look it up and I'll put it in there. But yeah, he did one where he went to he did a couple where he tried to go see Mount Fuji, and every time he went to see it, he couldn't see it. He was like, he's never seen Mount Fuji in person because every time he goes there, it's cloudy. So finally he got one where he actually went and saw Mount Fuji, and then he actually went and climbed Mount Fuji. So I actually found both of those interesting. Just the fact he never actually got to see Mount Fuji, and then he finally got to see it, which I thought was interesting. One of the funny things they do is when him and Joey are doing stuff, they create a character called Dr. Jelly, and every now and again people want to see Dr. Jelly again. So I think it's funny that people keep wanting to see Dr. Jelly, but I don't know if they like doing Dr. Jelly. To be honest with you, it seems like they're tired of Dr. Jelly. But they do it. They put on the Dr. Jelly skit. He's even his videos have even been viewed by other Japanese people. Like he did one about what not to do in Japan, and that one got reviewed by a lot of Japanese people. I actually thought it was interesting that they were reviewing his for that. And his was more satire of stuff not to do, in my opinion, because he is a sarcastic person. If you watch Chris, you definitely know he's sarcastic. I know one thing he got to do that he really enjoyed was interviewing Ken Watanabe. I probably said that wrong. Ken Watanabe. I think if I say it fast, I can get it. But he just goes for it. And his friend, he has his friend Nasky, who I'm probably saying his name wrong too, who pops up in all his videos. They've known each other a long time too. I think over 11 years, maybe a little longer, because he's in his early videos as well, because he was teaching him how to speak English, and he would practice his Japanese while teaching him. So they've been friends a long time. And he has other Japanese friends that he's had on the show. And I just think it's interesting that you start off as an English teacher and then become a YouTuber. So, living the Japanese dream, I guess. But yeah, if you get a chance to check out Chris and you like documentary style stuff, I definitely highly recommend him. I think that's one, I do like watching documentaries, but I like watching interesting documentaries. And I find his stuff very interesting. So if you get a chance to check him out, I'll leave a link for him. But that's my take on Abroad in Japan, hosted by Chris Broad. You guys have a nice day, and that's my take.